Here at NTCSL, New Thought Center for Spiritual Living, or the Center, as we like to call it, we are very, very clear about who we are and about what we believe. Every single week, on every single graphic you see on our social media, there is a banner at the bottom. It says that we are inclusive, progressive, and compassionate. That is who we are in the spiritual community. And our vision, as we say every single week, our vision is recognizing our oneness. We envision a world that works for all people and creation, for everyone and all creation. And so given that, what I know is that in this community, along with millions and millions of other Americans right now, one candle lit for every state last Sunday. Along with millions of other Americans, there is grief and there is sadness and there is anxiety, and rightly so. The results of the election were painful. I just need to name that. And if they weren't painful for you, if it wasn't hard for you, this might not be the best place for you. Because I have to speak authentically. I have to speak truth to power. I have to speak what I know is in the room here and what I know is online. And I love you, however you voted, know that. But we here at New Thought Center are an inclusive, progressive, and compassionate spiritual community, and so I must speak from that place. Is that okay? Y'all good with that? All right. So this week I've been feeling unmoored. Unmoored. It's like when a ship has not been anchored. That's when you feel unmoored in your interior life. And I have had to remind myself to anchor and to ground myself, to stay present. So please know, loves, I am grieving right along with you. And there is going to be plenty of time for analysis and for really understanding how this could have happened and what we can learn from it. And there is so much for us to learn from it so that we can grow from it, and how we will do better next time, and we will. We will. And look, I know there are already lots and lots of theories and analysis coming in. And I don't think we're ready for that yet. At least I'm not. And you know me, I'm rather analytical. But I'm not ready for that yet. I have a genuine concern about the potential for bypassing the grief. When we jump to solutions or put on rose-colored glasses, it is a form of numbing. And what then happens in the long run, because we haven't allowed ourselves to feel all of our feelings, to feel the grief, to feel the sadness, to feel the pain, to feel the anxiety, what can happen is it can become toxic in the body temple. And that serves no purpose, right? And so know that you're in great hands, because we're going to feel all of it together in loving community. What I know is that in this safe space, here and online, we get to be with our grief. We get to feel all of our feelings. Just know that if you notice yourself, and this is a very human response to trauma, if you notice a rushing to go to platitudes, sweep it under the rug, just know that's a human response. And we talk about this all the time here, making the unconscious conscious. I invite you to take that easy, slow breath in and allow yourself, place your hand on your heart if it helps you. I do that all the time. And just allow the feeling to pass through you. It will pass through you. The goal, though, is for it not to get stuck, because that will hurt more. So later, I'm going to lead us in a somatic practice. All the somatic practices really are rooted in ancient wisdom, and that's what we're about here. And it's going to help to dislodge some of the sadness that some of you may be feeling. But so, loves, right now, the most authentic thing I can do is just be with you in all of this and offer you some thoughts of how we can move forward in hope and in love. So, when I am at a loss, I naturally turn to the wisdom of Mother Nature. She never lets me down, ever. And so stick with me. There is a little-known word from the 19th century. If you are an arborist or a botanist, you probably know this word. If that is not your field, this may be new to you. The word is apherotropism. Apherotropism. And all it is it's an organism or a plant or a tree that grows away from an obstacle. So no matter the difficulty, and there are many in the natural world, the creative impulse of life is to always seek to grow and to expand. And this is true of us humans. I want to show you an example. Apherotropism, right there. Right there. And despite almost ridiculous or absurd obstacles, Mother Nature teaches us that we can indeed choose to continue to push forward and find nourishment in the light, in the midst of the idiocy anyway. Hence slide number 2. Anyone? And even, my loves, if the foundation itself is old, rotting, or in desperate need of repair, we ourselves can be apherotropic. We can choose to grow and to seek the light and reach for even more life and evolve anyway. Do you see that? Dilapidated building, dilapidated foundation underneath that building, and yet life grows. We saw the perfect example of an apherotropic person this week, despite all of the obstacles in front of her and those, no doubt, she will encounter. Sarah McBride from Delaware will be the very first trans woman elected to the United States Congress. Now, she is truly a beacon of hope for all of us. I want to read you an excerpt of a piece written a few days ago. It was actually just on Friday of this week by Brene Brown. She wrote, "The research shows that hope is a powerful antidote to despair. What's interesting, however, is that hope is not an emotion. Hope is a cognitive, behavioral process. It's about having a goal, a pathway to achieve that goal, and a sense of agency, or I can do this. Right now," she continues, "the thing that is helping me most is micro-dosing hope. I have no access to big hope right now," she says. "However, I'm asking myself how I can support the people around me, the people on my team, and in my community. How can I make sure that in the maelstrom of my emotions, I stay committed to courage, kindness, and caring for others, regardless of the choices made by others? So, in reading that, what came to me and what's been sort of seeping through all week since Tuesday night is that now more than ever, being in a safe and loving and deeply kind spiritual community is crucial. And you know I don't say this often. I don't. But if you have friends or neighbors or family members who you know identify as maybe spiritual but not religious, I invite you to take a deep breath and invite them to come here. Or send them the link. We all need support. We all need community right now. This is how we're going to get through this. This is how we're going to do this. We will need to stand together and lean on each other for support in an even greater way than we already do, which is hard for me to fathom because we do that pretty well around here. But this is how you and I, all of us here and at home, this is how we are going to expand and grow more beauty and love and consciousness in the world. And so this is our plan. We're going to mindfully cultivate that hope and compassion and peace that Brene was talking about together. One breath at a time, one day at a time, one prayer at a time, one service at a time, one spiritual practice at a time, right here in our sweet little corner of the world and on the internet, wherever it is that you're watching us from. Know that always, but especially moving forward, this center, this safe and nurturing spiritual community will be our medicine. On the morning after the election, on Wednesday morning, I was bereft. I was bereft. And I called Shelley, and we were bereft together. It's better to be bereft with someone than bereft alone. And I said to her, we need to do something. We need to do something today for our community, because we can't be bereft alone. We need to be in community. And of course, she immediately said yes, and the whole team said yes. Thank you, beloved team. And we pulled together just a healing service on Wednesday night. And in addition to those who were here in person, that service already in a couple days has been viewed over 300 times. And so what I know, and it's continuing, is that there is a great need for this here. And like I said last week, we are here for it together. We are here for it together. For millennia, people understood the healing power and medicine of spiritual community. The oldest religion, the mother of all religions that we have on record, the faith and philosophy of Hinduism, the concept of dharma includes one's participation in the community. In Hinduism, participating in practices like pujas or prayer is considered essential to one's well-being, to be together. That's ancient. It's the oldest we have on record of people being together to affirm the truth, the spiritual truth. In Buddhism, we talk about this a lot in our practitioner core, the power and the beauty and the grace of the Sangha, where kindred spirits, like-minded people gather and rely on each other for support and guidance. In Judaism, the concept of minyan, which is the requirement of at least 10 Jewish people to be present for public prayer or a service. Of course, people can always pray by themselves, but in Judaism, it is so beautiful. It's understood that praying with others brings a sense of connection, and it can strengthen the collective. In Christianity, the scripture from Matthew, where 2 or 3 are gathered, again, echoing this ancient understanding of being in spiritual community and how it accelerates our healing. In Islam, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that faith community is like a structure with each part strengthening the others. For them, this means supporting each other in times of need and finding joy in helping one another. And in Native American spirituality, many indigenous cultures highly value the connection to the tribe and the community with ceremonies and rituals that are performed collectively to promote unity and healing. This is timeless wisdom. This is timeless wisdom. As spiritual beings having this human experience, we come from a long lineage of lifetimes receiving nurturing and strength from our spiritual communities, whatever they may have looked like. There was a word, there was this single word that kept coming to me over and over and over again this week. And that word was sanctuary. 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 As I began to lean into this and listen more deeply, it came to me. The word sanctuary originally meant consecrated or holy place or a holy thing or a shrine. And of course, this brick and mortar place where we are here right now, this is a sanctuary. We call this our sanctuary. It is holy. It is a consecrated place. The thing is, though, from a metaphysical or new thought perspective, each one of us individually is also a living, breathing sanctuary. We are also consecrated. We are, by the right of our oneness with spirit or love or God or source or quantum consciousness or whatever word works for you, holy. So many of us grew up in traditions that told us that we were not worthy and we were not holy, and that is a lie. Every one of you is holy. Yes, 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 you can clap. Every single one of you. Your presence, your identities, how you are in the world and who you are in the world is holy. Is holy. Each one of us is a sanctuary. Each one of us has within us the shrine, the sanctuary of our heart, the same sanctuary of the indwelling spirit within us. We understand that spirit or love or source is within us and all around us. Spirit within us lives in the sanctuary of our heart. And taking this even deeper, we get to be a sanctuary for each other. And for those we don't know, we get to be a sanctuary for the most vulnerable among us. This is our holy work. This is our sacred work. So I'm just going to take a moment and I'm going to invite Brian and our music team up for a minute. And we're going to engage in a somatic practice, but really it's an ancient tradition. And it is, we do it every Sunday. It's chant. It's a chant. So I'm going to invite you to just take a deep breath easily. And those of you at home, please join. And there are words on your screen. Words here will be up in just a moment. And we're going to take this. I want to turn the lights on the platform back on. There we go. A little bit higher. Thank you. That's good. We want to lower the lights here in the front of the sanctuary so you all can feel cocooned in this love and safe and nurtured and held, so you can get in touch with your holiness. Oh, can we bring the light back up again? Let's leave it right there. That's perfect. Thank you, dear one. That's good. Thank you. Can you all see me? Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Again, just another deep breath. It's just us in this safe, beautiful place. And what we're going to do is I'm going to invite you to begin to join us in this chant about being a sanctuary for ourselves and for each other. And I'm going to invite you, I don't care if you say you can't sing. Nobody's listening to you. It's just for you. Please join us in this. This will help to move these feelings out of your body, and at the same time reminding us that being of service is one of the greatest antidotes to grief. So let's know that for each other. I'm going to go ahead and jump on this handheld microphone.
You might want to place your hand on your heart. And those of you at home, please, if that feels right for you. Once again, let's take a deep breath. And just join in when you're ready.
Love, prepare me to be a sanctuary, strong and holy, tried and true, and with thanksgiving, I'll be a willing sanctuary.
Those of you at home,
Love,
please stand.
prepare me to be a sanctuary, strong and holy, tried and true, and with thanksgiving, I'll be a willing sanctuary. Sanctuary.
You can move your body if you want.
And holy.
Just move it all out.
Tried and true, and with thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, strong and holy, tried and true.
We've got this.
And with thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, strong and holy, tried and true, and with thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
Grab the hand of the person next to you if you feel comfortable.
Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary,
Those of you at home, put your hand on your heart.
strong and holy, tried and true, and with thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
One more time.